Hello everyone and welcome back to my Flosstube channel. My name's Lizzie Fisher and you can find me here on Instagram. No, this is YouTube, but here on YouTube or over on Instagram as this Mrs. Fisher _stitches. I'm if for those of you who are new here, welcome. I'm a student at the University of Leicester, soon to be a proper employee there, and I'm doing a master's in medical statistics. I'm also a mum of 2 Dachshunds, so if you can hear snoring in the background, it's the dog who is in this corner in my comfy sewing chair. And there's another one over here, so they've been for a nice long W and they're going to just snore their way through this video, I hope, and not cause any mischief. The little dude in the back is Obi the turtle, and I'll put a little video of him just here that I've just taken of him trying to get to his breakfast. He's not the most coordinated or graceful of creatures, but we cope with him, and do we love him? I don't know. Does one love a turtle? I'm sure my daughter would say yes, but I don't know. You can't. I'll update you on whether I love my turtle or not. I've not really thought about it before. It's not my turtle, it's my daughter's turtle. So I normally refer to my green book of cross stitch when I'm filming a video and look down a lot, but in true Lizzie style, when life gets busy I forget to make notes, which is odd because it's notes that keep me going and keep me organised. So I'm just having a look at what I've got to talk about. Yeah, no notes at all. Let's just wing it, shall we? So since I saw you last, I've had a couple of new starts, I've had a couple of finishes. I think for the last 3 videos I've said I've had a couple of finishes. And I keep saying it's not like me, but maybe it is the new me. I don't think so, because these are only small things that I've finished and I've got big projects underway. So yeah, a couple of small starts. Well, a couple of starts, couple of small finishes, and a few whips, but not masses, because for the last week I've monogamously stitched on one piece to get a finish. That was exciting. Yeah, so I'm filming this now. It's Saturday the... I don't know, bear with... So 10th of August, Saturday 10th of August. I've pressed a button and my phone freaked and flipped you around, showed you the garden upside down, who knows, slow-mo. I think my brain's working slowly enough, thank you very much. Don't need any slow-mo help on that well score. So yeah, Saturday 10th of August. I'm filming now because that's what I do. I film when my husband's out doing the weekly shop, and then I probably won't upload it till this evening, maybe tomorrow, because I've got to drive to the New Forest, not the New Forest, the Forest of Dean, and collect my camping daughter. I thought she was camping in the New Forest, which is quite easy to get to from my house. Forest of Dean's in Wales nearly, and so yesterday that was a surprise. You'd think, being 45, I'd know the layout of the country I've lived in for 45 years. No. She's on a beautiful campsite. And part of me hopes she doesn't want to come home today, because I want her to have a really great time. The other part of me is looking forward to seeing her again and hearing all about what they got up to overnight. She might stay till Monday, but she was very, very anxious about it, so I've said just let me know and I'll come pick you up whenever, as long as... Well, I will come pick you up in the middle of the night, but you just have to ring my husband because I won't hear you. Not that there's much phone signal in the Forest of Dean, because it's like halfway up a mountain, maybe a hill. Anyhow, let's talk about stitching now. We're not here to discuss the finer points of geography of the United Kingdom. But yeah, that's why I'm recording now. Since I last recorded, what have I done? I've been to a funeral, I've been to university lots, I have been on a stitching retreat, I've been... Feels like I've done masses, but when I try and list it, I can't. Oh, I've been to Cornwall. I went to Cornwall. That was a nice holiday. And then that is it. It was a nice. Cornwall was a great holiday. I was just quite poorly, but I did get a lot of stitchy-ish time, stitchy-esque time, and just lots of downtime. And I did visit a cross-stitch shop, which I will discuss later. So, shall we start with my finishes? Because, well, they were both starts and finishes. You haven't seen it on here. I mean, if you know me and have met me, and we're at the big stitch, you will have seen one of my finishes because I was very excited about ringing the bell. It occurred to me, so at retreats, if you haven't been to a cross stitch retreat, go. They're full of the loveliest people, and just the best talk. And some retreats, most retreats, have a bell at the front which you can ring if you finish a piece at the retreat. And my pieces are huge, and I'm never going to finish them. Let's be honest. I'd like to. So ringing the bell was. I did want to ring the bell, and I thought, oh, if I stitch on this 700 stitches a day, I can finish it and finish it at a big stitch. But then stitching 700 stitches a day just got boring and stressful, so I didn't. But on the giveaway table at Big Stitch was a Mouse Loft Designs. You know, the little teeny tiny 3-inch, if that, stitchy pieces. And I thought, so I picked that up on the Saturday. I'll talk about Big Stitch later if I remember, because I'm tired. It was great. 3-inch piece. I thought, you know what, I could probably start that tomorrow and finish it in a day. Not only did I start it and finish it, I started and finished and fully finished it. And here it is. It's a little Mouse Loft Designs donkey, summer donkey. Isn't it cute? And I got the frame from the Atelier Frames little stand for a £5. It came with this inner mount, which was just perfect colour. Oh, he's got to go up on the wall. And I got everybody sat at the table to sign it. So I've got lots of lovely memories of my retreat finish. I was very excited, skipping around showing people. I'm not sure where he's going to live yet. I kind of think up on this wall here. Oh, you can't see. I'll get the husband to pop a nail in for me. And then my other finish was also a start since I last saw you. Jacob of Modern Folk Embroidery has brought out his 2025 sale, Balderquin Birds. Apparently a Balderquin is a fabric canopy, and it's a lost English word basically. They use it a lot in European languages, the Balderquin, but not so much in English use, although it's now in my vocabulary. And so I bought that instantly because I loved it, and with it came a bonus chart. And when I saw Balderquin's birdies, I thought, oh, I'm going to stitch that in orange. I would love to stitch a big sampler in orange, and that looks perfect. But the bonus, I thought, well, you can't start it straight away, A, because you've got life to live and deadlines to meet and thousands of words to write, and B, because it's a stitch along, so you really ought to start it in January. But you can do the bonus chart, and so I did. I stitched this on 16 count Ada that came as a kit as part of something else, and I swapped the fabric for something, using DMC 947. Isn't it fabulous? Has not changed my mind about stitching a big orange sampler one day. However, I think when I do the 2025 sal, I'll be using 501 because I would like it to go in my kitchen, and that matches my kitchen cupboards perfectly. Aren't they beautiful? There are mistakes. I can see them. You probably can't. And I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I hope that's my screen grab picture. So yeah, those are my 2 finishes. I've literally not... So we got back from Big Stitch, and since Big Stitch, I did a couple of days on Ragnarok, and then I've literally just stitched that until it was finished. There's something that's so nice about stitching on 16 count Ada in hand, in one colour, that's as bright and as vibrant as that. Sorry, I've got a really gritty eye this morning. And you don't need to know that, but there we are. And I love it, and I can't wait to put it on the wall, but I don't know where, because where would a little piece like this hang? I was thinking I could make it, into a project bag or a notebook cover, but then I wouldn't see it. And I love it. I think it's just so fun. And I've got some nice memories attached to stitching. I was listening to my audiobook. I'm re-listening to the All Souls trilogy by Deborah Harkness. And yeah, it's all good. Right, let's show you some new starts, maybe? That's a whip. I don't know if you've seen it before, but it is a whip, this one, in my hand. But now it's there and not in my hand. So I had to go back into London, and I'd finished my train stitching project, which was the Solar Smile, which was on 14 count Ada. So I started another train stitching project, which is this DMC, what's it called? Happy Dog? No, Clowning Around. Bear with me 1 second. Hopefully I've sorted my way out now. Yeah, so DMC, Clowning Around. I've finished, so on the back it shows the other ones. I've finished this one, and I'm hoping for Christmas, between my family, they'll get me the other ones. It's a lovely easy stitch. Let me show you where I am. So I'm using it as a travel project. I've got it in this bag that I got from Handmade by Ladybird, which has got these loops on, so it's just an easy grab bag to go and put in the car. And this is where I'm at, stitching it in hand, 2 over 1, because it's Ada. I think it's 14 count Ada. And there I am. I've done his ruff. Ruff, ruff. I get it now. He needs a hat and a body. And it is on... Let's see. Oh, that's interesting. It literally doesn't say on the packet. Oh, it does 14 count Ada. 5.5 holes per centimetre. If you use the metric. So that's him. And he gets picked up and put down and picked up and put down and picked up and put down. And then folded up rather randomly. What I did with my Strongman one, this one, I filled in the white space, so I made it full coverage. I filled that in with a bright green. I'm thinking this one might need navy in between the yellow starburst. I think navy would look good. But I'll decide on that when I've done everything. The reason I did it for the Strongman was because the fabric had got really dirty. So, but I think it's gonna. They look nice, fully coverage. So that was start 1, and then start 2. I started at the Big Stitch Retreat. Let me just get this out and turn it around so you don't see the chart. And it is Serenity by Primitive Hair. It's just pretty colours. And she was selling her fabric to go with it. I think that's what really brought me in. The fabric's purple and it's got gold sparkles on it. Let's be honest. I love purple and I'm a magpie. So while I was there, I bought the chart. Oh God, where's the needle? I'm in a bit of a tangle. Hold on, bear with me, sorry. I bought the chart, I bought the kit. Gosh, this is the longest thready world. What was I thinking? It's literally 42 meters long piece of thread. See that? And you're on my lap. So yeah, this is primitive hair fabric. There we go. I'll just tuck my needle behind it. You see it's purple, but it's spattered with gold. So of course I started stitching the purple on purple and was really hard. So I didn't get very far. And that was day one of the big stitch retreat. Did I stitch on anything else on day one? I did a bit. I finished one of these birdies. So at Stitch North, not Stitch North, that's next year's project. Big Stitch. I think I had this guy's head and half his body. So I finished, no, this guy's head and half its body. So I finished that bird and then I put it down and started this. That's not too bad of a start for me. I thought it might look nice in my kitchen. The husband probably won't think so because it's purple and not green. And I bought, so while I bought the fabric, I bought the chart, and then I nipped round to Talking Dog Stitchery and bought the Gentle Art threads that are called for. So it's going to be a bit of a posh stitch for me. I think I went a bit bonkers. Big Stitch, there was the stitchy room was brilliant. I thought it would be really busy, but it wasn't with that number of people. Had very high ceilings, so the sound just went upwards, and there was lots of space. And then in the shopping room, oh my gosh, it was just like anything and everything you could need to do with stitching, and more. And so yeah, I wasn't planning on buying a piece of 30 count. This is 30 count. Have you ever stitched on 30 count before? 30 count gorgeous fabric. I mean, I could probably make that myself. Obviously not the purple, but the gold. I think it might just be like fabric paint with sparkles in. I don't know, but I'm going to have a go. But I do like the pattern. So that's that. Mad for posh threads. I bought a posh sparkly thread because it does have some sparkles in. It's filigree something number 40 metal. That's the label. It's a little man's head. If I do this and you can't see my head, will it focus? Anyhow, bought this little bag from Andrea's mum. Got to have a project bag with frogs on at least once in your life if they're available, haven't you? So that is that new start, and those, I think, somebody will correct me, are the only two starts I've had apart from the donkey since I last saw you, which is quite restrained for me. The other night when I finished Baldwin's Little Birdies, because I think Baldwin's quite a good name. I think I might get a dog and call it Baldwin, or a turtle. Anyhow, I was going to start something else when I finished that, but I refrained. Sorry, I'm really tired. I drove for I was out for 7 hours yesterday. It didn't take 7 hours, but I was at the campsite for a while, fearing for their tent putting up skills. Should we put it like that? But they didn't want my help, so I came back home. Whips. You've seen this before. You'll see it again before it's finished. But I have been working on Moo by of the threads. I don't think I've got a picture of the cover, but it's obvious what it's going to look like, isn't it? I'm getting there. I am getting there. I did do Moo Cow Mondays. Maybe I should go back to that and get some more progress on it. I like it. When I see it, I like it. I just, well, it's brown. Brown, 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 and more brown. Which isn't the most fun colours to stitch with, is it? I like bright. I like in your face colours. Speaking of which, here's another whip I've been working on. Now this is A Quilter's Dream by Modern Folk Embroidery. Jacob charted it, I think, in blue and gold. Those are his go-to colours, aren't they? I've seen it done in quite a nice pastel-y colourway. And here's mine. I'm doing it on 16 count Ada, 2/1, using CXC threads to make it affordable because I'm doing it huge on 16 count, and I'm using 3837 and 3844 in CXC. And what I want to do when I've finished it, I've done quite a lot, is make it into a massive biscornu. Don't you think that'd be fun? It's going to look like this. I could hold it up and put in that big white space what it's going to look like. I think that's going to be a great biscornu. I've just got to get on with it. Being so tired all the time really slows down progress of stitching. That one I can't show till the end because I've got to tell my sister to go away for that one. Okay, so I said that I'd worked on Ragnarok a little. I thought it'd been a while since I showed it. So here's what Ragnarok's going to look like, the front cover. And here's where it was, if I've got a copy of where it was. Oh, and I haven't taken it out of the frame. Oh, but I can show you where I've been working anyway. Look, I've been working down here. I've finished this man's skirt. This person's skirt. Sorry about my eye. I might have to pause you again. It'll be rubbish driving today if I've got to stop and itch my eye all the time. And done the outline of his head. There are errors, and I probably should have unpicked because there are going to be alignment issues, I think, going forwards. But hey ho. Hey ho, I will start to fill him in at some point. I'm about 20% done. Apparently we're having a big push to finish them in time for Stitch North. It'll take a bulldozer to get me through, to, you know, push through and finish that. I'm going to need a bulldozer. Hey ho. Oh look, I've had a little avalanche. Oh no, I've had an avalanche. And you've seen this recently, I think. It is Peacock Pincushion by Cottage Garden Samplings. I can never get them right. Isn't she lovely? And my stitching's lovely. Oh gosh, everything's going on the floor now. My stitching is to die for. But it's also wrong. So excuse the trailing thread. I'm in the middle of undoing. So I need to unpick this to here. It's not masses. It's just frustrating, and I went wrong at Big Stitch. And once my lovely friend Tina had found out where the error was, because I couldn't see it for looking, I tried, but I thought, no, I'm here to stitch, not to unpick. So it got put away. And I'll remember it exists in probably another couple of months and get on with it. Then my only other whip, which I think I've worked on, excuse me, since I last saw you, is now my very special whip, because it's the one I showed Jacob and had a picture with him, of him holding it with me, and my face. Oh, I don't think I had a normal face all of Big Stitch. I was just so excited, And whenever I was talking to Jacob, I was just like in awe of this man's knowledge, his talent, and his kindness. I mean, anyhow. So that's where the picture was. I'll show you what it is and where it is in a minute. But look what he did for me. He signed the selvage. Ooh, not doing that justice, am I? He signed the selvage for me. Apparently, because he signed it, that means I have to finish in 2024. I did some maths about 2 weeks ago and I haven't stitched it since. I need to do like 400 stitches a day on it. And then I haven't done it, so it's been more than that now. So it's not going to happen, Jacob. Not that he watches this. Oh, if he does, he'll probably tell me to drink some coffee, love. Here it is. So I'm trying to do this, and progress has slowed, I think, because I'm using the yellow, and I don't particularly enjoy stitching the yellow. And this is a big motif. That's like the edge of a quarter of it. I'm not sure if I've got it all the way across the top there. Really doing this badly, aren't I? But that is not easy to stitch. It's going to be about as wide as the tree and twice as tall as it is now, the yellow bit. And then I'll get on and do something bold and bright, maybe the next tree. I can't remember why I didn't think I'd do the next tree green. Maybe I'll just do the next tree green. It might be because I wanted to do an orange tree, but now I've done Boldquin birds, Boldquin little birdies, the bonus chart. Maybe I could do the next tree green. Maybe I just need to do it. Oh, I'm so sorry about yawning. I haven't told you any counts or anything. I'm really rubbish. I'm doing this 1/1 on 28 counts. Even weave. So I got even weave. I am using the Roxy Floss Co. Pride, the second Pride pack that they made. And there we are. So that is all my stitching, I believe, apart from the secret project that we have to tell my sister to go away for, because that's looking good. Nowhere near done, but looking good. So at work, I was very kindly nominated for a Citizen Award for some work I did extra over and above my studying. So I'm a student, but I'm also, because I got funding to be a student, I am a member of staff as well. And I did some extra work in the Easter holidays for one of my lecturers or my professors, and they nominated me for a citizenship prize. So I got a lovely certificate emailed to me and an Amazon gift voucher, which, who doesn't love? I'm so sorry, I'm so tired. Who doesn't love an Amazon gift voucher? And I used it to buy something I've been coveting for a while, but with the collection of this designer that I have already, couldn't justify buying. It's practically perfect by, well, it's Hannah Dale artwork, Bothy Threads. Oh, look! And, you know, I am practically perfect at work. I'm not perfect, I'm practically perfect. So, you know, this just... I love it. I love it, love it. My peacock wall, I mean, we're going to have to buy a new house. When I've stitched all my peacocks, I've only got one finished so far. And that's not fully finished. When I've stitched all my peacocks in my peacock bag, we're going to need a new house just to have the peacock wall of my dreams, because it needs to be fast. Okay, so as I said, I went on holiday to Cornwall, and while I was there, sorry, I thought I'd done all my zips. While I was there, we went to St Austell purely so I could go and visit Emma Louise cross stitch. This is one of the kits I bought. It's a little bookmark of some agapanthus. I love agapanthus, it's so pretty. So Emma Louise is a Cornish cross stitch designer. She designs cross stitch based on the Cornish coast predominantly. And here is one. This is Foy Harbour, and we camp when we go to Cornwall. We stay on a campsite. We didn't camp. We stayed in a static caravan. Across the harbour from Foy is Polruan, and at the top of the very steep hill is our campsite in Polruan. And this is the sort of town centre docking for the ferry. It's across the harbour, so you can go and do your shopping and stuff. And on the Monday morning, I got the first ferry I could get over to Foy Harbour to go and visit Boots to buy some cold and flu ultra remedy, because I was struggling. I think I've been so stressed for so long that my immune system has taken a whacking, and I needed something. But this is going to be a very nice memento from a wonderful week away with my daughter. We had a lovely time. We sat one of the days just on a bench up here, eating fish and chips in the sunshine. I think I got sunburnt because I was feeling quite poorly after that day, quite poorly. And then the day after it just rained and rained and rained. We would come home the next day, so we just drove home. So that's that one. What else did I buy? Oh, this is for my mum for Christmas. I don't think she watches these videos. I'm going to stitch her up that for Christmas. Because you know how some people say they like something and then everybody buys them that something. Like my daughter likes dinosaurs. We all buy her dinosaur stuff. One of my friends likes bees. Said it once. Evermore got bee gifts. Well, my mum's the same with seagulls now. Sorry, Mum. Isn't that a nice Christmas one? And then in one of the little gift shops in Foy was this cross-stitch kit of Driven Head, which is a lighthouse that we could see from where we went for a walk a couple of evenings with a cup of tea, as you do, sat on a bench, and that was a lighthouse that we could see in the distance. So that'll also be a nice memory to stitch up. And I've got them all in this bag, which I made, which matches the one I made for my Smalls Exchange gift for Big Stitch, but I just put a stitched panel on the front. And that links nicely, actually. Let's put that video in here of the Smalls. Hello, this is future Lizzie. No, past Lizzie. And early in the morning, unbrushed hair. Found a new place to sit. Maybe this is the answer with the lighting. We might not get much shadow. Let's have a go. Anyhow, I have popped in here to show you my makes for gifts and things for Big Stitch. So my Smalls Exchange and a couple of gifts I've made. I've still got one in my mind I want to make for someone that a Flosstube I follow, and I may do that, in which case I'll pop a little video in after this one, maybe, who knows. Hopefully I'll have some pictures to insert with the recipients if I'm clever and remember to take them. Don't get too excited about meeting Jacob and people. So let's start with my Smalls Exchange. The guidelines were a summer stitch, no bigger than 6 inches square. Sorry. At the time of stitching this, I was feeling a bit under the weather, I think, so I chose a 14 count Ada and used a bit of a pattern that I found in cross stitch, no, just cross stitch on Reedley, because I have Reedley. And here's the actual stitch piece, and then I'll show you how I finished it. So here's the stitch. I mean, the original was like a 9 square motif, so I just did the top one. So it's a boat, and I've put 24 big stitch, as in 2024 big stitch, some little beach huts and a lighthouse. And I have turned it into a little mini project bag. And because the big stitch is in summer, well, it is in summer and it's in England, I've lined it with fluffy clouds. Hopefully not grey clouds, but fluffy clouds. So I'm quite pleased with how I finished that. I quilted it a little bit. So that's my Smalls Exchange gift. And then, because as you know, I stitch a lot, well, I don't finish anything, but I do stitch a lot of Jacob de Graaf modern folk embroidery patterns. I thought I'd make him a little gift. And bless him, he was very kind. I wanted to stitch some of the letters. I wanted to stitch his name using the fonts from AKGIT 1832, a Violanda sampler, but there's no J's in that. So I messaged him and said, just out of curiosity, if there's no J's in this alphabet, how would you spell your name? And he sent me so many messages back explaining. So I stitched him. Can you see it? It says, I used an I because he said they'd most likely be use an I. It says Jacob de Graaf. Unfortunately, my finishing's rubbish, and I finished, this seam is way too close to the crowns, but hey ho, I've done it now. And then on the back it says the King of Cross Stitch. I used 2 Roxy Flosco colours, which I can't remember what they are. They're from the autumnal, Hello Autumn, I think. They're from Hello Autumn, like little floss bag set they did. So I'm really pleased with that. This is on 40 count Vintage Country Mocha. Stitching on the bottom is awful, but hey ho, it's the thought that counts. Isn't that nice? I love that. My husband's like, oh my god, you're so sycophantic, and bleh, he's just going to run away and scream. It's like, well, I don't think he will. I think he'll roll. And then, because I'm meeting Caroline and Kerry, hopefully, from Evertote and Roxy Flosco, I wanted to give them a gift. I wanted to give Kerry a gift last time I met her, or the only time I've met her, at Stitch in London, that was, but I didn't have my chickens in a row, pigeons in a row, ducks, didn't have my ducks in a row. As you can probably tell, I don't have many ducks. I have a lot of pigeons and a lot of squirrels. Anyhow, so I've made a little badge for Caroline as a thank you for all her floss tubes during lockdown. Really, they really kept me going as a little slice of normality out there. And if you don't know Caroline of Off the Grid Needle Arts YouTube, you should go and find her. And she starts each of her videos with this little hello crafty friends. So I've made her a little badge. If I block me out, it might even focus on the little crafty friends badge. Or not. And then I've always wanted to do this. I have no idea why. Always wanted to stitch this for, or something like this, not necessarily this, something like this for Kerry. Can you see that there? These are stitched on 40 count, the reverse side of 40 count Vintage Country Mocha, 1/1. So if I put my hand here again, will it zoom in so you can see how, will it focus? It's not focusing, is it? No. Oh, that's a shame, because it really is teeny tiny stitches. I had so much fun making these, but I must admit, after I finished this, I thought, yeah, my teeny tiny stitches, 40 count, 1/1, I'm done with it. I'm glad I've done it, and I've got it out of my system. So there's those two. If I make any more, I will what's the word? Do another video. Back to normally thingy majigging. Whatever I was saying before I inserted this video, I might go and make some coffee now. Farewell all. I completely forgot how editing video works. I can just stop the recording, insert the next video, and then start recording again. I bought this at Big Stitch. I forget the lady's name who was selling project bags and bits and bots. It's like, right, let's start from the beginning. It comes like this, folded up. Gorgeous fabric, look. Isn't that happy? And it unfolds, and it's got elasticated bits. Because I'm a bobbin stitcher. I can't think of a bobbinator for my big projects. And I have a little 9 square one that I got from Canny Little Fox, where you pop your bobbins in. I've tried making my own, not the quality I want, and so I bought this, and you just pop your bobbins behind the elastics, and there's room for 4, 8, 12, this is going to be embarrassing, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32 bobbins plus something in there. It's going to be nice, isn't it? I had a project in mind when I bought it. Cannot for the life of me remember what that project is now. There was a bigger one which I was tempted to, but I like this fabric better. I do like a pretty fabric, and it's a loop of elastic, and you just tuck it away into the elastic like that. Nice, nice, nice. Pretty, pretty, pretty. So I'm not going to show you all my haul from Big Stitch because we haven't got that long. I haven't got that long, and you haven't got that long. My bank balance didn't have that long, but oh well, sorry. Sorry, money. As I said, Modern Folk Embroidery. Have I even said that Jacob was at Modern Folk Embroidery? He was like was at Modern. Well, Jacob is Modern Folk Embroidery. He was at Big Stitch. He was the guest designer, and he bought these charts of a pattern he hadn't even released. I got in early. He has released it now, and it is embroidered ribbons. And look, he signed my chart. Sorry, I'm so ridiculously excited by things. Lots of us are stitching this. There is a Facebook sale, something about band sampler, can't remember. If I look it up, I'll put it along the bottom. And I did buy these to do it in. Paint box threads, should probably cover up the price. Got them from Pain Free Crafts. You can get them straight from paint box threads. I've had paint box silks before. These are paint box cottons, and it's looks like it's just one thread. You can't split it. 6 times 50 meters. I don't know how much I'm going to need for each band. Oh, I guess we roll the dice. We play the game. Do I want to do it? I don't know. I don't know. That's why I didn't start it the other day. I wanted to. And then I had to decide on fabric. And I've got this 20 count, which would probably work with this, because it's slightly thicker than DMC. Or I've got white. I don't know. I don't know. I know I want to do them. but I don't know what on. So there we are. Okay, my little shopping cascades that I am prepared to admit to. My lovely friend Fiona came running up to me and said, I've got to show you something, I've got to show you something, I've got to show you something. I've hidden it, but I've got to show you something. So I went with her to find out what all the fuss was about. Oh my gosh, worth the fuss. It's the new Mill Hill Buttons and Beads Christmas thingy. Oh, I have 2 Dachshunds. I might have to stitch it twice so they face each other, which means I'd need more beads and another button. Maybe I need to buy it twice. Oh, I changed the colour of the dog. Oh, I don't know now. Oh, why does my brain work like this? Why can't I just stitch it and make it easy? Why do I want to make it A, 3 times the size, and B, complicated? Isn't it cute though? Cute, cute, cute. I mean, I could do it on blue fabric and then I wouldn't have to do all that background stuff, would I? That's not a bad idea. I've got some 32 count. And this is what's... Did they do those on 14 count paper? Maybe. Right. Next up. We met Mikhail from Parade Designs. I met him on the Saturday because I'm that person that just walks up to people and says, oh, what's that? Let me have a look. And I saw a pile of his designs and was stunned. So I went and looked, because he designed them himself. And I went and looked at his Etsy and I bought straight away 3 patterns, 2 of which I've got a hankering to start straight away. They're these 2, this one and this one. And he's very kindly, bless him, flipped one pattern so that I can have them facing each other, because I just think that would be quite kind of cool. But starting September the 2nd, a lot of us are going to be stitching this beauty. It's called Quacker. Isn't it fab? Now, I love ducks purely because my husband wore a shirt that I made him out of fabric covered in ducks for his wedding shirt. And so from then on, ducks have sort of had a little place in my heart. So it's our wedding anniversary in a few days, couple of weeks. I might start it early on my wedding anniversary, or maybe I'll just aim to finish it for next year's wedding anniversary, start on the 2nd with everyone else. I could put our wedding date in there somehow, couldn't I? That would be a nice marriage sampler thing. Isn't that cool? I was thinking of, bear with me, let me just grab some floss and show you. It's getting really warm. I need to wrap this up so I can open a window. I'm thinking of stitching that. I don't know what colour fabric, but with this Larkspur Cottage. No. What's it called? CGT. Yeah, Cottage Garden Threads that we got from Talking Dog Stitchery. This was gifted to me, this colour one was gifted to me by my beautiful friend Natalia. Love you. And I think that would do that really nicely. My husband's just got home, so I will not be showing you my sister's stitchy piece until next time. So you don't have to turn it off early, Erica. In fact, you have to turn it off now because I'm finishing. Guys, thank you for putting up with me and my crazy hair and my crazy eye and my general tiredness and lack of planning. Have a wonderful couple of weeks. Hopefully I'll be back in a couple of weeks when the husband goes out to do the weekly shop. And the dogs will be quiet again. And yeah, enjoy your stitching. Only stitch what makes you happy. That's my life motto. Take care and see you soon. Bye bye.